G family, you know what time it is. It's that reaction time. Today we're going to be reacting to the anime fights of Winter 2022. Now, let me know in the comments below if this video is missing any anime fights that I don't even know about. You hear me? With that said, how was y'all day doing? Let me know in the comments below. And we gonna get this video started.
Winter season has been a wrap, and it's been yet another fun and exciting season. There's a lot of things to like about the roster of shows, but I think one of the things you've been looking forward to is that post-season video where I go over my favourite fights. So here we are, a list featuring my favourite confrontations and battles this winter season, and trust me, there's quite a lot of them. Let's start our season recap with a bang. For something that started out being mankind's fight for survival, I think that it's poetic that somewhere towards the end of its run, the biggest and most brutal fights now involve humans going up against each other. It does truly give a sense of perspective on morality and human differences now, doesn't it? While I enjoyed the Attack Titan's last appearance, I think for this season I gotta give the thumbs up to Everyone versus the Jaegerists. Really, this features some of the best camera angles and motion shots in this season of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan has always excelled in this department.
Sheesh, straight brutal blood splatter, you hear me? They were going crazy in Attack on Titan, you hear me? Honey, Jägermeister.
For those who somehow still doubt Mappa's mettle in handling the series, this will erase all doubts. This is truly what they call Sakuga. Oh, and who can ever forget this amazing Mikasa sequence? She's truly the star of the whole sequence. Easily one of, if not the best action-filled Attack on Titan episode animated by Mappa.
That blood rain. Oh.
A blast from the past, Yamato versus Ace is the next fight on my list. One Piece's episode 1013 is one of my favourite ones recently. A large reason for that is that we get to look at Yamato's flashback and get reintroduced to Ace. Turns out that Ace and Yamato ran into each other before, and the two free spirits engage in battle. It's just about what you'd expect from a battle between the two strong combatants. Gotta admire Ace's swagger here though. The guy literally barges into freaking Kaido's home turf, dispatches all the small fry, and straight up engages Yamato all by himself. The resulting fight isn't one of cataclysmic proportions or anything like that, but it is fierce, and more importantly, a very important phase in their respective backgrounds.
I'm on like episode 800 and something. I thought Ace died. I'm so confused. He said episode 1000.
The way for the two of them to bond and set in motion the Yamato that we have now. So even before, Ace was setting the road for his brother when you think about it. Bojji versus Boss is emblematic of what Ranking of Kings is all about. This is David versus Goliath taken to the extreme. Bojji takes on Boss in the next series of seemingly impossible battles that our plucky hero has to face. Boss towers over Bojji in every way possible, but as anime's shown us, no odds are impossible to overcome. The fight really had those long moments that allows the audience to marvel at Wit's masterful framing and shots while building hype for each attack and response. It's not an amazing fight in the traditional sense that we've come to expect thanks to being spoiled by Ufotable, but it is a really great one from a different perspective. I'm not gonna lie, this fight did get me emotional, but that's to be expected already from Ranking of Kings, right? There's one thing that I gotta say, World Trigger is quite underrated as a shonen anime. It's the series with a lot of smarter and strategic battles, and the Rank Wars final round is a perfect example of that. It's a four-way battle that allowed our characters to show off their powers in creative ways. With teammates on your side, new applications of powers become possible, and it feeds more to the whole strategic thing I've been praising World Trigger for. Perhaps most notably though, however, is the showdown between Yuba and Ninomiya, two skilled combatants with one shot at glory. It's a short affair that people might not see as a fight, but it shows more character than you'd think. In a short span of less than a minute, you get to see some deliberate moves and strategy at play. Ninomiya knew about the whole 20 meters thing and planned everything to trap Yuba and use the latter's tendencies against him. Yuba's a really scary guy in close combat, and Ninomiya respected the hell out of him with this play.
一手の差だが俺の勝ちだ。
戦闘隊活動限界ベイルアウト
Princess Connect has been stepping up big time this second season, and the final sequence continued pushing the bar higher. It's been a wild roller coaster of emotions these last few episodes of Princess Connect. The chips have been thrown, and Pekari now finds herself in a battle for her rightful place as Land Sol's princess. There are actually two fights happening concurrently here. While the underground fight has great animation, Pekari's side of things just blew me away in terms of how much emotional investment I got. Her fight's really carried by the emotional weight of all the events preceding it, and that's a fight that I don't think you can take on its own. Unless you just want to see breathtaking Ufotable tier animation, of course. Pekari also tossed out one of the best princess strikes in the entire anime here, and take note that she never did it without Yuki, but here she did it not once but twice. Doubles as one of the most satisfying moments in both seasons to see Kaiser just get destroyed like that after all that's happened. Mandatory fake out afterwards, but that's to be expected. Can't have a final boss fight without the whole team now, right? I said two drawn-out fights, right? Because the whole half of Demon Slayer's Entertainment District arc is one very long fight, and it's what I'll be closing this list with. Yes, I'm putting the whole sequence versus Daki and Gyotaro here. It's actually a sequence of multiple segmented fights that all join together to form one long sequence, and it's worked to perfection. We get a switch of combatants taking the spotlight, which allowed for a good spread of screen time and for everyone to get their respective highlights. You get Nezuko's grand debut in battle, you get Tengen showing why he's a pillar, and who could forget Gyutaro's dynamic entry into the fray. Notice how I didn't talk about the animation and the presentation? Well, I'm not telling you anything you already know. Demon Slayer as an anime has set the bar for awesome presentation, causing a series to break the glass ceiling and into public geek culture. And that's something hard to dispute. Yes, Demon Slayer still does what Demon Slayer does, but is that a bad thing, especially when the fights are just so visually stunning and just full of hype? I really can't wait for more Demon Slayer, and all signs are pointing to the team maintaining this level of quality. Yeah, we won't be getting any One Punch Man situation anytime soon, and you have Ufotable to thank for that.
Sheesh, the double cutoff.
So how well did your predictions age? Tell me if you got your...
Let me know in the comments below if you liked any of these fights and how your day was going and what should I react to next. This is G Reacts. I am signing out and I'll see you in the next one.